The time frame for this week's video is the interwar period, the time after the end of the Great War and before the beginning of World War II. We'll be exploring the ways the post-war governments tried to keep the peace while still trying to maintain prosperity for the future. Political and economic tumult that followed World War I was a touchy time. Most of the major Western powers were reeling, both economically and geopolitically. So when the zany demands of the Versailles Treaty were creating tension, the major Western governments sprang into action, and the resulting plan was reliably insane. I think we would all agree that war is pretty awful. World War I was the bloodiest war up to that point in human history, if you ignore China. At any rate, we can all understand why there would be a real reluctance to have a sequel to a war that caused upwards of 17 million deaths. So, as part of the Versailles Peace Treaty, Germany was forced to pay a heavy debt of reparations, because there's no way that that would make Germany mad and want revenge. Anyway, as the calendar slipped into the 1920s, Germany was having trouble making good on these payments, and the Western Allies, Britain and France, were getting a little testy. You see, there was another player in this game of who hates the Versailles Treaty, and that's the good old US of A. Americans felt jilted by Versailles because President Woodrow Wilson had told Americans that they were fighting World War I to, quote, make the world safe for democracy. But when Americans read the terms of the treaty, they realized they had been fighting and dying so, quote, Britain and France could get money and colonies. So the American government began to press the Allies for their wartime loans to be repaid. This caused the British and the French, who were pretty well broke from the war too, to press the Germans for their reparations. The Germans, also broke, complained that they couldn't pay. The tension was made worse when the Allies occupied parts of Western Germany, trying to force repayment. But the day was saved when Germany got a loan from America. That's right, America loaned Germany money so they could repay the Allies, who could then repay the Americans. And there's no way that the hyperinflation caused by loaned prosperity, followed by economic crash, would cause the Germans to blame the Allies and want revenge. Well, as dumb as that was, at least they didn't try to do something really silly like just outlaw war.
They actually did that.
What?
Look up the Kellogg-Briand Pact.
Kellogg-Briand Pact. Wow, they actually tried it.
Is everybody done?